Hello, one and all. My name is Ryan Bruce. My friends call me Fluff.
My name's Mike Squires, and people call me Mike Squires.
They do. Oh, they call you lots. I call you lots of things.
They do.
Today on Wrist Beards and Gear, we are going to check out the Rabea Massaad Artist Series Signature Sabre guitar from Ernie Ball Music Man. So as Artist Series guitars go for Ernie Ball Music Man, I feel like most of the Artist Series guitars are something unique and always just kind of a different take on either an existing model or something totally original.
Like the
For
St.
example,
Vincent.
like the St. Vincent is a great example of that. However, taking it to another level is pretty difficult in my opinion, because generally what you're starting with anything Ernie Ball Music Man is really, really good. Rabea Massaad took an already brilliant guitar in the Sabre and really made his own model out of it. And that is what we are going to be checking out today in this video. And before we go any further, this is not a sponsored video per se, but you should note that I am a longtime Ernie Ball Music Man artist. Rabea Massaad is a friend of mine. However, no one has any input in the making of this video besides myself or Mike. All thoughts and opinions are ours. Okay, Mr. Mike Squires, what do we have here in your hands today?
Let me first say that I have long admired these instruments. I have owned and still own one Music Man instrument.
Which
it
is
a vintage Stingray bass.
Which we should bring on the channel at some point.
It's pretty killer.
It's really killer.
And I have to say, I'm kind of blown away. This is really like a piece of art.
So Mike has never played this guitar previous to me bringing this here today. I have spent a lot of time with this and a couple other of his models. Your first impressions were what?
Well, I picked the guitar up and I was like, oh, I noticed the unfinished natural binding, right?
Sure.
It's not binding per se. It is just not stained.
That's right.
What do you call that technically?
Natural binding.
Natural binding. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I started looking and I was like, oh, wow. The top is beautiful. All the appointments are really, I love the inlays. The neck feels, I always expect modern guitars to have, I am stuck in history. So I think about modern guitars from the perspective of the 90s, and they all had these thin,
the super
necks.
thin, like Ibanez stuff.
This is so comfortable. It's satin bird's eye maple. It is, all the contours are very thoughtful and ergonomic. It's a really sexy, this is like a luxury car. It's like a Mercedes.
You are driving a luxury car.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Okay, so I have the iPad Doom here. This is a lightweight alder body, which I'm a big fan of alder. I think it's just kind of not neutral, but it's not one way or the other as far as bright or bass heavy as mahogany.
I love to get my alder on.
That's right. Okay. This is a lightweight alder body with flame maple on the top, obviously. This current finish that we are looking at is called Vile Blood Burst.
And that's vile, like disgusting, not like a vial of blood, like you gave a blood sample.
Vile Blood space Burst, which is a very aggressive name for a finish, but I'm with it.
I can see it, yeah.
This is stock with Bea's own signature silo bare knuckle humbuckers, which I would describe as punchy but full. They're not vintage output per se, but they're very throaty and there's a lot of low end, but it's tight and articulate.
Do we know what the output on those are?
So the bridge position is a 15.7K output, so very similar to a Duncan JB. It doesn't sound like that, and the neck
15?
Yeah, 15.7K and El Nico 5 magnet.
Yeah.
Big fan. And the neck is 7.18K, also an El Nico 5 magnet. I will say I am shocked by that number because it feels like it's maybe medium hot.
Yeah,
not
that's what
hot.
I was thinking.
I was thinking more like 10, 11 tops. Right. Wow.
Interesting.
15.7K at the bridge, which is incredible. I would say also that's really indicative of my experience with bare knuckle pickups. You can't really go off that number because they just kind of feel how they're gonna feel, and they're gonna be their own thing.
All right.
Yeah, pretty cool. So let's go ahead and go through the various pickup positions. We will not do any tapping, coil tapping, or splitting at first, right? We're just going to go through the positions,
Well,
and then we will go back.
Except when it automatically does it.
Of course.
Right. The middle position.
So this is going to be the volume knob in, so no splitting of positions 1 and 4. This is just totally stock.
Tone knob.
Tone knob, excuse me.
You're a tone knob.
You're a tone knob. Okay, bridge position, clean tone.
Yeah. So that's bridge humbucking. Second position.
Second position is going to be outer coils of the bridge and neck. Position 3, both humbuckers. Position 4 is the inner coils of the bridge and neck pickup. Position 5, neck humbucker. Pretty nice. Now let's go back to the bridge position. We will push out, and this is just the outer coil of the bridge. And let's go to, neck pickup. It's nice.
Yeah. Really good.
That's really, really good.
Jeez. No splitting there.
Yeah.
Other than the natural positions.
That's really,
killer.
really nice. This guitar retails for $4,150, which is a lot of money.
It is.
However, this is, as you mentioned, a sports car of a guitar.
All made in U.S.
Yep.
Except for the pickups, they're British, right?
They are British,
Right.
as Bia is.
Um,
When you factor in the cost of the pickups here in America, bare knuckles are at least $300
is that
a
right?
set, just because you have to import them
Right.
from the UK. So the pickups themselves are expensive in America as it is. So I don't think, I mean, a lot of people are going to say, $4,100, I could get whatever
I mean, you
for
think
that
about
price.
a comparable guitar. You think about PRS. I think that they have comparable
Sure.
build qualities and
I would agree.
finish options
Yeah.
and modern takes on
Yeah.
classic designs. They also, I can't believe how good this feels just holding it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm used to, I play, 1973 Ford F-150 pickup trucks, basically.
Sure.
Most of the time.
Sure. I would say, my opinion is this. For $4,150, you better have a guitar that does it all. And I'm talking about Strat tones, Les Paul tones, everything in between. I think this guitar does that.
I would say so.
It literally is made to do it all. So if you're into, I mean, jazz guys could use this, rock guys could use this, blues guys could use this guitar for literally anything under the sun. So I think that justifies the price.
Because I'm not, I would agree. Because you were explaining the compensated nut, I noticed this, and I noticed it on the other instrument that we played, the bass.
Mhm.
This compensated nut, and I had never seen this before.
It basically helps improve intonation.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a staple of all American-made Music Man guitars.
Yeah.
And it just helps everything be real accurate all the way up the neck. So you don't get any warbles. You don't get any, you don't get any inconsistencies no matter what you're trying to play anywhere
Right.
on the neck.
Well, I don't remember how to play it. Uh-oh. There it is. It's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah.
It feels so good. Like I said, the neck, I was expecting something completely different, and this feels like, that feeling when you put on a brand new pair of socks. They're brand new. They're not stretched out at all. You put on that brand new, but not only are they brand new, like you just took them out of the dryer and you slide them on, and they're still a little warm. That's what this
Great
feels
analogy.
like.
It feels like a new pair of socks fresh out of the dryer.
It's incredible.
I will also note that it does come with a whammy bar and there's a 2-point trim bridge. However, I'm not really a whammy player, so I did not have them set it up for that. It's decked. It normally is decked. It's not a floating bridge. It's more like a 2-point vintage style trim. Yeah. Very, very nice. So what do I think? This is an incredible guitar for the money. It is a lot of money. This is not an inexpensive instrument. However, this instrument is for the discerning, serious musician. And if you're going to pay that kind of money for this guitar, I feel like it should do literally everything. And I think this guitar achieves that. What do you think?
This is not an entry-level guitar unless you have the kind of resources that I've never had.
Sure.
However, if I had money to throw at a guitar today, this would be on the list of guitars to shoot out for.
Oh yeah.
Take my money.
Oh yeah.
Take my money, Music Man. This is killer.
All right. If you'd like more information on all things Rabea Massaad, Ernie Ball, Music Man, and this fiddle, I will link down below in the description. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff.
I'm Mike.
We'll see you later.